Yes, it's that time of the morning. We're jumping into the Expresso kitchen and it's time for another delicious meal, and my taste buds can hardly wait to find out what is on the menu. Now this morning we are joined by Chef Moira, who will be preparing a dish using one of the most popular tin products in the KOO product range. But before we even get started with the cooking, Moira, thank you so much for joining us once again this morning. But I want to ask you this before we start with our recipe this morning. This brand has been part of South African families for many, many years.
75 years.
75 years. That's almost like part of our history.
No, it's amazing. It is really part of our history. And I grew up with these tin products, and they have a lot of meaning for me because I had a father who taught me how to cook from a very young age. And we always had KOO products. We might not have always had the money, but we had the tin products in our storeroom all the time. And especially on a Sunday, we used to have peaches and ideal milk, or peaches and ice cream. It was always tin fruit once a week, and that for me was really special. And still to this day, if I go to my father's house, he'll still say, "We're having peaches." And I said, "Dad, are you sure we're having peaches? Not guavas," because he loved guavas as well. But peaches has always been very special in my heart. On another note, it's very inspiring for me to see how these fruit products have been made. The women that are looking after these products, they're very caring. They're very soft and gentle with their hands, and so you know that the fruit on the other end has been made with love and has been packed with love.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I had the great pleasure of visiting the Langenberg and Ashton Foods factory and actually got to meet some of the women who work there. So before we get cooking, let's meet some of the inspirational women responsible for the production of these tasty canned fruit products. For 75 years, KOO has been part of the South African society. Whether you are celebrating a birthday, a wedding, or just having an everyday meal, this brand has featured in some or other way. And right now, I'm literally in canned fruit heaven.
It takes an efficient team to ensure high-quality products, and the ladies at this factory prove that behind every tasty can of fruit is a group of extraordinary women.
Moira, this is phenomenal. Over 50 years in the industry. How does it feel to have reached this incredible milestone, specifically as a woman in the workforce?
When I started, women was regarded as a lesser person, and they were paid less, and they were treated with less respect. And I feel I have achieved a lot, and it feels great to be an example to other women.
And talk to me a bit about canned fruit. What role did it play for you growing up? I know for myself, I grew up with canned fruit, especially, you know, those peaches after Sunday lunch.
In our home, there was not much, and sometimes we got to the bottom of what is in the cupboards, and it's just maize meal. But then my granny, she always take a can of peaches and she chopped it up and put it on top of the maize meal porridge. And it became a dessert. And we enjoyed it. And we just asked Granny, "Is there some more porridge?"
The founders of KOO believed women had the gentlest touch with fruit, and so began a tradition of a majority female staff complement, which includes management positions.
Henriette, what would you say is the most challenging part of your job, being the only female executive in a mostly male-dominated managerial position?
Being a woman, I think, does provide a different perspective in business. It helps with better decision-making and hopefully more fruitful outcome.
Lindy, what is it that you enjoy most about your job, working in a women-empowered environment?
Oh, the challenges of the day-to-day, definitely. But the support you get, I think it definitely changed from the olden days. So you can contribute and you work part of a team.
With the produce sourced from established farms, only the best quality fruit goes into the products, and these ladies have a firm favorite.
We normally go into the orchards and go pick the fruits, and my favorite is peaches.
Peaches are my favorite canned fruit.
Canned fruit I like is peaches. I like it very much.
Well, there you have it. The choice is unanimous. Peaches are the favorite amongst the ladies at the factory. Moira, well, you know, it doesn't come as a surprise to me. Obviously, one of my favorites, obviously, peaches as well. But what have you got in store for us that's really going to tease our taste buds?
I really want to spoil the ladies in the factories because they work with the peaches and all the fruit products every single day. And they probably go home and they probably still eat it because it's so good.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to make them something more unique and exciting for them, other than, I'm sure at home they're having peaches and custard, peaches and ideal milk or peaches with in a trifle. So I'm going to make a cheesecake for them.
A cheesecake?
A cheesecake.
Love it. So let's start putting it
It's a
together.
baked cheesecake. It's one of my mom's, so it's very nostalgic for me, and I think it goes really well with the peaches in terms of bringing in that heritage and that loving and warm and fuzzy feeling.
I hope your mom's okay with giving away her secret recipe, huh?
I had to sign indemnity then.
I'm sure you did.
No, I actually just tweaked it and made it my own.
All right.
But a baked cheesecake is sometimes very difficult to make. You can really go wrong with it, and the secret is in having your ingredients as fresh as possible, but also making sure that you don't overcook your baked cheesecake.
Brilliant. Where do we start exactly?
So what I'm going to do is, you'll see in my pan, I've got tennis biscuits, crushed tennis biscuits with some almonds. We toast them lightly, and then we mix it with some melted butter.
Okay.
And we push it into your cake tin. Obviously, your cake tin should be greased, either using spray and cook or butter or melted oil. Because when you open your spring form, you want it not to stick, and you want it to look beautiful.
Brilliant. How thick do you normally make that crust?
The recipe is 1.5 packets of tennis biscuits.
Okay.
So you use that, and if you're wanting your cheesecake to go up the sides, you can. It's up to you, your preference.
Crust is done. What's
All
next?
right. And then you're going to put that in the fridge. We've put it in the fridge, and it's now back. It's now hardened. The fridge makes the butter go hard, and it sets the base.
Brilliant.
All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take some peaches.
Ah, yes. Here we go.
My absolute favourite.
Star ingredients.
These are the halves. The reason why I use halves is because when you cut it later on, you're actually going to see the half, and it'll look more appealing.
Yes.
You actually just put them down in the bottom, and then we're going to top it with some raspberries. And raspberries, if they're not in season, you can use frozen, or you can use dried.
But obviously, if you can find fresh ones, all the better.
The fresh is obviously the better.
All right.
And the sweetness of the peaches goes really well. I don't know if you know the dessert, the peach Melba dessert.
Not too familiar, no.
It's like a parfait or a sundae, and it's with peaches, and that's where peaches were widely used many years ago.
Okay.
And then they put it with a bit of raspberry and ice cream in it. So this is just a spin-off on that into a baked cheesecake.
I love it.
So you can see the colour looks really appealing. We're going to now make the filling.
The filling, all right, the actual cheesecake part.
Yeah, the decadent part.
Nice. Well, if you want to know how to make your very own cheesecake, very easy. All you need to do is SMS the keyword KOO to 33728. That's KOO to 33728, and we'll send you everything you need to know. Just keep in mind, SMSs do cost R1.50. Righto, let's go for it.
All right, so in our bowl, we've got condensed milk. This is for our filling. Lovely condensed milk. We've got lemon juice. We've got lemon rind. We've got eggs and vanilla essence. And then obviously cottage cheese or cream cheese, the plain and the smooth variant, because you don't want those little bumps in it.
Yes.
It's not tasty at all. And then we've got some whipped cream. Many baked cheesecakes don't have whipped cream, and I've put it in because it makes it lighter.
Okay.
And then it's not so dense, and it's still and it tones down and balances all the flavors.
Right.
So what we're going to do first is we take our lemon juice and we add it into the condensed milk, and we stir.
Right.
And this is an easy recipe in that you don't have to have a mixer or that at home. You can do it by hand. So you're just going to stir. Just now I'm going to actually get you to do this.
Let me stir for you. I'll tell you what, I'll stir for you.
You stir.
There we go, I'll swap it around.
That's
This is great because I think, making a cheesecake is quite intimidating for a lot of people out there.
So while you're mixing, I'm going to throw in the lemon rind.
All right, there we go.
And I'm going to throw in the vanilla essence.
Okay.
And now you can see how it's thickening.
Yeah, it's coming along nicely.
And remember, you must use 100% pure lemon juice.
All right.
And then
and our eggs. And this is obviously going to help the whole thing set.
It's because you've got the lemon and you've got the cream, it all works together to make a really delicious pie. You can see it's starting to take shape now. All your eggs are mixed in. We're going to add in the cream, the cottage cheese. Are you still okay there?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm really enjoying my time in the Expresso kitchen. As you can see, we're making mess everywhere. It's great. All right.
So now I want you to swap over to a spatula.
Because let me guess, we need to fold it in.
Yes.
So as not to disturb the gentle makeup of this dish.
So I'm going to spoon it in, and then you just lightly fold it in.
All right.
And that's just going to give it a little bit of aeration and help it be a bit lighter.
All right, so you don't want to overmix this now at this stage.
No.
Once again, that keyword is KOO. SMS that to 33728, and we'll send you everything you need to know to make this beautiful peach and raspberry baked cheesecake.
Should I take over from you?
Please take over,
you
yes,
did
because
such a
obviously
good
I
job.
can't do two things at once. And that basically goes over your crust and the peaches and the raspberries and into the oven.
That's it.
And how long do you bake it for?
We bake it at 160 for 20 minutes.
160?
And then you turn the oven off and you just leave it in the oven.
So it doesn't crack.
And correct. And it doesn't dry out. And then you take it out and you chill it and you serve it with your fruit.
Easy as that. Well, we're going to finish up this guy. In the meanwhile, if you want to see how we made the cheesecake once more, here's your chance.
Mix crushed biscuits with chopped almonds and butter. Press into a cake tin. For the filling, combine the lemon juice, lemon rind and condensed milk. Add cottage cheese, eggs and vanilla. Fold in the whipped cream. Arrange KOO peach halves on the bottom of the biscuit base. Scatter raspberries over the peaches. Pour cheesecake mixture over the fruit. Bake for 20 minutes, then allow to cool in the oven for 10 minutes. For the full recipe, visit the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword KOO to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
And it's really not that hard. Remember that keyword SMS KOO to 33728 and we'll send you everything you need to make this incredibly mouth-wateringly delicious baked cheesecake. Moira, thank you so much for spoiling us this morning. But you know what? If you loved canned peaches as much as we do, why not send us your recipe? You can do so at food@expressoshow.com. We're going to check out those recipes, and Chef Moira over here might be making your recipe live on air. Don't forget it, food@expressoshow.com.